Hello Key Stage 1. I hope you had a lovely weekend and I'm looking forward to another week of English lessons with you. Today is day 1 of week 9 for your writing lessons and we will be looking at diary entries. Okay, so let's have a look at our unit focus for this week. So the aim of this unit of learning is to write a diary entry from the perspective of the main character Tom in the story The Night Pirates. We will be looking at using a range of diary entry features in our writing. Let's have a look at our learning objectives for this week. So today we will be retelling the story. We'll also be doing some handwriting practice, and your learning objective for that is to form all your letters correctly. On days 3 and 4 we'll be recognising features of a diary entry, and on Friday that's when you will be planning your diary entry. Before we get started, I'd like you to do some retrieval practice. If you go and complete the Quickfire 5 Key Stage 1 retrieval quiz for day 1. Good luck! That brings us to our learning objective for today's lesson. So let's have a look at our learning objective. Today it is to retell a story. If we have a look at your success criteria, by the end of the lesson you should be able to say, I can orally retell a story. I can also draw images to retell a story. And I can even write some keywords or phrases to retell a story. Let's take a look at the book we are going to be looking at this week and writing about. It is called The Night Pirates. Now here I have just got the front cover, so I would like you to now have a discussion with your adult or with someone in school and discuss these 3 questions. What do you think it will be about? Who is the person in the boat? And what are they looking at? Those are just 3 questions I'd like you to discuss. If you want to discuss other things that you'd notice on the front cover with your adult or someone in school, that would be great also. I'm sure you came up with lots of lovely ideas about what the book is going to be about. Now we're going to find out and see if your predictions were right. So I'd like you to have your best listening ears on because I'm going to read our story. The Night Pirates. Down, 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 the dark, dark street they came, quiet as mice, stealthy as shadows. Up, 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 the dark, dark house they climbed, stealthy as shadows, quiet as mice. Only the moon was watching when they arrived. Only the moon was watching them when they left. Only the moon and one little boy. Tom was a nice little boy. Tom was a brave little boy. Tom was a little boy about to have an adventure. Who were these shadows, as quiet as mice, stealing away with the front of Tom's house? Maybe monsters or trolls, maybe ogres or gremlins, maybe bandits or pirates. Pirates! Pirates! Rough, tough little girl pirates. with their own pirate ship. A ship that was sailing, a ship off on an adventure, a ship stealing the front of Tom's house for disguise. But what about Tom? Could he join the crew? Please let me aboard. Can I come too? And did the girl captain say, "Certainly not, you're only a boy"? Oh no, not at all. Instead she roared, "Welcome aboard." Then up went the sails, and up went the flag. Then off sailed the rough, tough little girl pirates. The little girl pirates and their shipmate Tom. But where were they going? To an island, where Captain Patch and his really rough, tough, grown-up pirates were snoozing around their full treasure chest. Then Captain Patch saw something very strange. Something very strange indeed. What could he see? A house sailing towards them, getting closer and closer. A house sailing towards them with a little boy waving, "Hello." "I've seen a house," Captain Patch declared. "We've all seen houses," said the pirates. "Who cares?" "Don't just lie there, do something," Captain Patch roared. But the pirates went back to sleep and just snored, while the house sailed nearer and nearer until... Out leapt the girl pirates, and out leapt Tom, and out leapt a fearsome roar. The pirates gaped, the pirates goggled, then the pirates all ran away. So Tom and the girl pirates sailed away with the treasure, while the rough, tough, grown-up pirates hid in the trees. Captain Patch stamped his feet and shouted his worst pirate curse. "If you don't give me my treasure back, I'll tell my mum." But off they sailed all the way home. Down, down, down the dark, dark street they came, quiet as mice, stealthy as shadows. Up, up, up the dark, dark house they climbed, stealthy as shadows, quiet as mice. Only the moon was watching them when they arrived. Only the moon was watching them when they left. Only the moon and one little boy. Tom was a brave little boy. Tom was a sleepy little boy. Tom was a boy who had had an adventure, and no one would ever find out. Would they? Well done for listening so well to the story, and I hope you enjoyed it. Next, we're going to take a look at some vocabulary. I would like you to have a discussion with an adult or someone in school. Read these words from the story. Do you know what they mean? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words that I'd like you to discuss today, and then we'll go through the definitions in a minute. So if you pause the video, discuss what you think they mean, and then we'll find out. Okay, hopefully you've had a discussion about what you thought those words mean. I'd like you to listen now to what the definitions are for those words, and you can see whether you got them right. So firstly, we had the word stealthy, which means something done in a sly or secret manner. Next was the word rough, which means coarse or rugged in character or appearance. Then we had the word roared, which means to utter a loud, deep cry or howl, as in excitement, distress or anger. Next word we had from the story was bandit, which is a robber, thief or outlaw, often belonging to a gang. Next word we had from the story was disguise, which means to change or hide the features of someone or something to hide recognition. And then we also had the word gaped, which means to stare with the mouth open in surprise or wonder. Well done if you knew what any of those words meant, and hopefully now you will be able to use some perhaps in your writing. That brings us to your activity for today. Before you start the activity, I would like you to listen to the story again to refresh your brains. You can listen to it once more or twice more, however many times you like. For your task today, you can either choose from mild, medium or hot for our chili challenge. If you could decide to go for our mild challenge, I would like you to cut out the pictures shown here and put them in order of how they happened in the story. So all these images are from the book that we have read, The Night Pirates. If you decide to challenge yourself a bit further, go for our medium challenge. Instead of cutting out the images, I would like you to draw the images in the boxes as many as you can, as best as you can remember how the story happened. So you need to put the story in order, starting at the top box and making your way down to the end of the story in the final box. If you decide to challenge yourself even further and go for our hot challenge today, I would like you to draw what happened in the story, to retell it in the boxes, but I'd also like you to include keywords and phrases underneath your drawings in the boxes. So it might be phrases from the story, or it could be some of those keywords that we looked at just a minute ago. Okay, good luck with your activity today and work hard. If you decided to go for the mild challenge today, I have put the pictures in order of how they happened in the story so that we are retelling what happened in The Night Pirates. So you can pause the video and check your answers against these ones here. Well done if you got them all correct. That brings us to our plenary for today's lesson. Using your ordered images or drawings that you've boxed up to retell the story, I would like you now to retell the story of the Night Pirates to someone else. Make sure that you are speaking clearly and slowly so that your audience can hear you well. Finally, let's take a look to see if you have met today's learning objective. So today's learning objective was to retell a story. Give yourself a big tick in the air if you can now say, I can orally retell a story. So if you were able to retell the story to an adult or someone else in your household, then give yourself a big tick. You should hopefully be able to say, I can also draw images to retell a story. So if you manage to draw your own images to retell the Night Pirates, give yourself a big tick. And well done if you can say, I can even write keywords or phrases to retell a story. Give yourself a tick for that if you think you managed to include keywords and phrases. Well done for working so hard today. Let's take a look at what we have got to do for tomorrow's activity. I have got some handwriting practice for you to do here. I would like you to read the key words from the Night Pirates. All of these are words that can be found in the story The Night Pirates. So I'd like you to practice tracing over the letters, the words, and then practice writing that word along the lines. That's the mild challenge. Medium challenge is to write your own sentences using the words you've practiced writing. And if you decide to go for the hot challenge, a challenge activity, I'd like you to reread or listen to the story, The Night Pirates, again. Find some key words in the story that you haven't practiced writing yet and use them in a sentence.